You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy volt your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on, Mr. Grinch?
My business is bad.
Your business is bad, huh?
Is this how our friends are feeling about their business? The Grinch before he got his heart back, before it shed the ice and grew 10 sizes?
Well, and what do you think causes that Grinch feeling?
I think there's a couple different things. I think this is the time of year where people look hard at their past year. And it's probably the first time they've looked hard at the past year because they haven't been logging things. They haven't been looking at their expenses, their P&L. What's a P&L? And last year was really difficult for some and really wonderful for others. And I think they're gauging their success against others. I think they're looking deep and saying, I have to make changes, and change is really hard for some.
Yeah. Do you know how many people I talk to that don't have a written business plan?
It still scares me to death. I have even the most rudimentary basic business plan for my stuff, because you and I also dip our toes into so many worlds. You have productivity coaching, you have your real estate, you have your coaching business, like maps. I have a whole bunch of things. I can't do them all great at once.
Right. And you need a GPS for each one of them.
You know, it was great. We added an emotional, like a personal emotional piece to mine this year about like taking care of my energy. And it's been the best thing I've ever done for myself and my GPS. And I think that's the other thing is everybody's tired. It's pie season. It's holiday party season. It's all the MLSs, all the boards are having their installment parties. People are going out later. They're not taking care of themselves. I think our friends just need to take a deep breath and a step back.
Yeah. Well, I look at my travel schedule and I was like, oh, December 8th, I'll be done traveling. Yeah, no.
No, I'll see you next week in person.
So like I was in Connecticut the week of November 16th, and then we had Thanksgiving, and then I was in Texas last week, and I'm in Connecticut today. I'm in Mass tomorrow. I'm in New Hampshire on Thursday. Then I'm back in Maine, and then I'm in Rhode Island, and then I'm done for a while.
Yeah, it's and it's funny because travel invigorates me.
No,
it does. Being out after so many days of being in an office on Zoom, I absolutely need the human interaction. And that sounds horrible because I have family at my house. But if you have family at your house, you understand this. You need different adult human interaction with people who get you or are there for, like, I thrive on the energy of visiting the market centers. Not everybody does.
Yeah, I literally flew back. I was back Friday at midnight from Texas, and literally Saturday I slept the entire day.
Your body needed it. Plane travel, not so much for me. I don't, ever since I hit my 40s, I don't bounce back from plane travel like I used to. I do all the old lady things too. I take my vitamin C, I hydrate, I wear compression socks. Like,
yep.
It's hard to bounce back. And I think the other thing is people are missing grace from their vocabulary this year, patience and grace from themselves. We live in a world of our industry where we are surrounded by high thinking. I'm going to say it, our high D personalities.
I like the high thinking though.
Huh?
High thinking. I like that.
High thinking is what I think about is of our high Ds. I've always called them high thinkers, and visionaries, I think, is what you call them. They are beating themselves up. And I just had this conversation yesterday with one of my favorite rainmakers in the region. And I said to her, it's because things are out of your control, and your high D personality doesn't like it when things are out of your control.
Yep.
And she was like, that hurts. I'm like, but is it true? She's like, it's absolutely true. She's sick. She's mad that she's sick. I was like, your body's telling you to slow down, and you need to have grace with yourself and heal. Like, you shouldn't be outside running. Like, you shouldn't be doing these things. She's like, yeah, but I'm not in control. She's like, you're absolutely right. My body's in control, and I don't like that. It's like, you got to give yourself some grace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I've been sick since January 21, and I keep trying to put myself in remission. This lifestyle probably isn't doing anything great, and I will probably never go into remission. So it's like, okay, what does it have to look like?
Well, what are the tweaks you have to make to live healthy in the current lifestyle you have? That's the difference. Is, like today I packed a lunch to come here. Usually when I come to the market center I'm at, they have the best chicken tenders down the road. Are chicken tenders healthy for me with the gobs of honey mustard I eat with it? No. So I said, please do not order me lunch. I am bringing a salad. I made a nice crunchy chopped salad with spicy peanut vinaigrette, and I'm going to devour that. And like, that's one of those small things I'm doing for me, because how many times have you and I been somewhere teaching and there's not a lunch, and then we're like, feed us anything.
It's funny that you say that, because I literally have 3 salads, one for lunch, one for dinner, one for tomorrow's lunch, and then I'll go home tomorrow night.
And you and I are very good at Grubhub and DoorDash.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't make good decisions when we do that either. And it's expensive.
And my wallet doesn't like it.
Right. And my body doesn't like it. And that's the thing, is this year, I'm also dealing with a autoimmune disease that is, some days, some weeks, it's not even there. And then other days I'm like, the oil, I need oil. I'm like the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz. I can't move.
Yeah.
And I don't like that, because I'm high energy. I move. I stand up and I dance at my desk all day, right? If I'm home, but I have to have grace with myself, and I have to make a few changes. I'm not changing everything, but a few changes here. I'm so proud of you for having food.
I know. You know me.
What would it look like every day, not looking at you, Tiffany, if our friends who are listening took a lunch?
Right.
Like an absolute, my big thing is, you'll see it on my calendar. I have lunch blocked out every day, depending on where I am during the week and what I have to do. But I take my lunch for 30 minutes. I back up, I go away, and I either meet with someone who I want to talk to and have fun. Like, sometimes I do Zoom lunches with people I don't know to get to know them. But I am not at my computer. I'm not in my work zone. I put my face outside. You've seen me put this in Discord to our market center tech trainers. Everybody needs to walk outside right now and put their face in the sun for 15 minutes. Bundle up, get out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, Matt Teeter used to tell me 20 minutes outside, period, point blank, period. I don't care if it's raining, snowing, sleeting, whatever it is, 20 minutes outside, period.
Yes. It's so important. And for somebody who's cold, like, part of my autoimmune means I always have, and it's not Raynaud's, but it's just, I always have cold appendages. We're roommates. I sleep and I bring a heating bag with me everywhere, an extra heating bag, even in the summer.
Well, because I'm the complete opposite. Like, I burn up because of mine.
Right. So it's great. It's great. It's the battle of the AC and the heat in our room, but that's why I bring a heating bag, so you're comfortable. But it's one of those, I still have to get outside and do these things. I've added a sunlight lamp for the winter. Like, I'm doing small things. I'm trying to have grace, so that way I don't feel unmotivated. And I think that's what some of our high thinking friends are doing, is they're, like I said, they're not giving themselves grace. And the other thing people don't do, and we haven't talked about this in a long time, they haven't celebrated the small wins. Mm-hmm. And I'm so big on small wins, because if you never celebrate the small, then you're never going to get to the big, and it's always going to be a letdown.
Well, and we always change our big goals, so we never reach them.
Right.
Every year we change our goals. So we literally die never reaching that last goal. So if you're not celebrating the little things, what are you doing?
One of the really cool things about my personality and the 411 is, at the end of the week, when I go back on a Friday and I do my 411 checkup, it is so exciting for me to check off whether it's 4 things or 6 things for the week. And then I get to look up and I go, oh, yes, like that was me yesterday when I readjusted my 411 for the week to match, the monthly and the yearly goals. I was like, this is awesome. Like, I don't know why I fought this so hard for so long, because my personality needed this to celebrate and feel good about what I'm doing every day in a different way. I love it. I love it. And I think, I always pull it out in January. It's about time to do the gratitude journal. I do the same one every year. I do a 90-day gratitude journal. That's what I do consistently. I've done it for 5 years. And I think it's time to be grateful for what you did. It's time to celebrate small wins, lead your life with some grace and patience for yourself. My husband's a smart guy. I hope he doesn't watch this recording, because he doesn't need more of an ego. And he said to me a couple weeks ago, would you allow Hope, our 7-year-old, to treat herself the way you're treating yourself?
Yep. Does it suck?
Hated it. I hated it because I was being very rough on myself for something that was minute, but it was a compounded effect of a whole bunch of things. I was out of 10. My person was in Texas. And he came home and that's what he said to me. He said, I'm not telling you this is a small thing and you shouldn't be doing this because you're going to lose it even more. He's like, so I'm going to try something different. What would you say to Hope if she was treating herself the same way? And I was like,
Yep.
Totally took all the hot air out of my balloon. And I was like, okay, you're right. I'm going to move forward. No big deal.
You got a smart man in your world.
I do. And he's listening. And I forget that, right? Like him and Hope, they're always listening, especially Hope. She is mad that I'm listening to Fierce Conversations without her. I'm like, well, you're not in the car every day when I drive. Like,
yep.
So we'll get in the car and she's like, are you going to put on Fierce? What did I miss? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm not going to read you Fierce Conversations as a bedtime story. So like,
why not?
Why not? I mean, I'd get my reading done faster, I guess, because we're enjoying Harry Potter right now. And I don't want to read Fierce Conversations at 8:00 at night. I think enough as it is. Well, have some grace with yourself, friends. Tiffany, you have grace for yourself because you're a high thinker, friend.
Yeah, and, I think that's my change this year. And it was my change this quarter, right?
Yeah.
I think it happened in October.
Yeah, that's when you had a shift in how you were feeling and thinking. Well, I think too, when all of a sudden your vision completely changed, it made you really mad and you got mad at your vision. So you had to fix your vision yourself with your like diet and different things. So that cracked me up that you did that.
Yeah, I know. And even though my calendar looks like it does, there is time for lunch because people do no-shows. So I take advantage of the no-shows.
No, you should just book a lunch and book those people around it.
There's not enough time. My day started at 7:30 today. It'll end at 7 tonight. And
I know.
it's like it's the give up to go up. You give up one of 4 things: time, money, opportunity, control. I'll never give up control.
No.
I'm giving up time right now for the opportunity and the money.
Don't let your health take a dip.
Yeah, well, and I am working on my health. Like,
yes,
I've seen more doctors in the last probably 6 months than I probably did all year. So health is important. Yeah.
Good. Well, go have some grace for yourself. Go slay your day. Don't be a Grinch.
I will see you. I see you 3 days next week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's going to be a party. Get ready.
All right, my friend.
All right, friends.
See you next week. Bye.